slightly upward. That blends it together and removes the tap marks and creates the illusion of mist. Now, show you a little trick over here. Little trick. See, now if you want to bring this projection out in front, let's say it comes right here, just make this line right here distinct. And that way it'll become a separate entity all to its own. And it pulls it right away. That little misty area back here is what pops it out. You have a distinct line in that misty area. And it creates another plane in your mountain. It makes it look deeper. Of course, we're not interested in making money. But should you be interested in selling your painting, that's the kind of thing that it brings that happy buck home. Okay, then we'll miss this, but we don't want to touch that nice line there. That's important. Just give it a little mist. Blend it, blend it, blend it. Like so. You can even take a little bit of I'm just using a little of the shadow color here. And you could come in here and just gently tap. See? Make it look like a little hill that floats right off that mountain. There's no end to this. You can go on and on and on wherever you want it to go. Let's see. Very soft, very gentle. Okay. That should give you a lot of ideas. A lot of ideas. Lift it upward slightly. Make it look like little distant trees if you want to. Whatever. Whatever. There we go. We'll wash your brush now. Give it a shake. Beat the devil out of it. Okay, speaking of trees, let's build some happy little evergreens. For that, I'm going to take a big gob of Prussian blue. Shoot, we'll put some black. We'll use some alizarin cream. It doesn't matter, brown, whatever you got. As long as it's dark, as long as it has a lot of blue in it. The blue is so strong, it'll just about eat up everything. Pull the paint out as flat as you can get it, as usual. And then cut across. There you go. And that little roll of paint. Little roll of paint. Okay. Now you can do this several ways. You can take that little roll of paint and you can lay in the initial tops for your evergreens and decide where they're going to be. This helps a lot of people just to sort of lay their painting out. See, gives you an idea of how tall you want them, where you want them. Maybe I'll tell you what. Maybe there's one. Yep, that's right there. See, all I'm doing is using that little roll of paint and just literally sort of cutting in where I think there should be a tree. I think in my world I want a tree there too. Now that sort of gives you a little layout. You may not need to do that, but if you do, if it helps you, then use it. Okay, now then let's go into the same old dark color, and I'll use the number 6 fan brush, loaded full of color, both sides. Just bring it right through. It's a lot of paint. Okay. Now use just the corner of the brush, and all we're going to do, start off is just the corner is barely touching. As you work down the tree, begin pushing downward. Downward. See? Back and forth. I had a lady in class one time, she called these Z trees. Maybe that's a good analogy. Think about, pretend you're Zorro. Shoot, just make a bunch of Z's across there. Bunch of Z's. Okay, next little tree. Next little tree. See? And as many or as few as you want. Maybe that one's a little taller. And he lives right there. Back and forth. Back and forth. Isn't that fun? It's a super little way to make happy little evergreens. Got a whole family out there now. Okay, now right here. Here goes one. See, just sort of back and forth, back and forth. Wherever you think. And by pushing down, it makes these little hangy downs, or little things that hang under the limbs, under the branches. And most evergreens always have those. I don't really know what the name of them is. I just sort of call them hangy downs. By pushing that brush firmly downward, they happen automatically. I tell you what, shoot, let's put another little tree right there. Just sort of cover up this corner. So you can just make a decision, put a tree wherever you want it, wherever you want it. As many or as few. Okay. Now then, I'm gonna grab a 1-inch brush. And back in here, let's begin putting, we'll have some snow-covered bushes, and we'll take some of the dark color. I'm gonna reach up here and grab a little titanium white over here and grab some of that same dark color I made the tree out of. So this is quite dark, not quite as dark as the trees, but pretty close, pretty close. Pull that brush in one direction, load a lot of paint into the bristles. It's really full. Okay, let's go up here. Now then, decide where you want some nice snow-covered bushes to live. Touch the canvas, give it a little upward lift. Touch, see, push, bend the bristles, push, and just begin forming these. One at a time. Don't get in a hurry. Don't get in a hurry. Maybe there's one that's right here. Wherever you want. Okay? But the big thing here, don't let the brush slide. If you slide, you get that. And you're not going to be happy with that. Push, bend it, and release. Just give it a little push. So maybe there's some right out here in front of these evergreen trees. Wherever. Doesn't really matter. You could just as easily put these in with a 2-inch brush. It'd be a lot faster. A lot faster. Sometimes you'll find the small brush is just too slow. You just have to get in there and do it. I'll tell you what, let's demonstrate that too. I'll just take the big old brush, same colors, load it exactly the same way. And see, it will make the same kind of bush effects. See, push, bend. And this is a super place to practice because in here, you cannot make a mistake. You absolutely can't make a mistake. We're going to cover all this up anyway. See, push, bend the bristles. Practice making those bristles bend. Shoot, we must right here and cover up the whole canvas. That's all right. That's all right. All right. Okay, and that quick, we just really filled him right up. Now then, we can take the knife, nothing on it, just a clean knife. And I'm just wiping the knife on paper towels here. I have paper towels laying out here on my easel. Clean knife, we can go right through these trees, just scrape a little bit, see, and it creates the illusion of a trunk without doing anything. And then just scrape, see? Give it a little scrape. What you pick up, you can put some little sticks and twigs back in here. Adds all kind of details. You can take the point of the knife, see, just scrape through, put sticks in all these little individual bushes, wherever you want. Just sort of look around and decide where they should live. Put them in. Put them in. Back up to this tree. And a little trunk. A little trunk. See? You can create a whole forest out of just a couple of trees. That easy. So if you turn it sideways, you get bigger sticks. See? See? Sneaky, huh? We look for the easy way to do things here. All right, I'm going to take a fan brush, a little touch of the liquid white, because I'll make this paint a touch thinner. I'll grab a little bit of blue, Prussian blue, like so. Load the brush full, both sides. But this paint's a tiny bit thinner than what it would be if you didn't put the liquid white in it. So it'll stick easier when we go up here to put it on the firm paint. Now let's just add the indication of a few highlights. We don't want to kill this dark tree. All we want to do is put the indication of a few highlights. See them? There they go. Just a few. Don't overdo. Easy to overdo. It gets working so well, it feels good, and oh gosh, you go crazy. Don't overdo. Okay, now then, let's have some fun. Let's put little snow-covered tips right out here on these bushes. So for that, dip the brush into the liquid white and then pull it through the titanium white. There's a little blue. I'll put it in there too, just to make it a little cooler. Pull the brush in one direction. We're loading a lot of paint, tremendous amount of paint. Biggest mistake made is not loading enough paint. Get a lot of paint, okay? Now, if you have it fully loaded, all you have to do when you come up here is barely touch. By pulling that brush in one direction, you round one corner. Now, carefully put that round corner. Let's come up close here and look right in here. See it? See that rounded corner? You want it on the top. So all we're going to do here is turn, go into this bush, give it a little push. Look at there. See? That's all you have to do. It's very delicate, very delicate. You can make it look like lace. See? And then just come right in here and put all kinds of little individual shapes, whatever you want. See there? It's easy. So easy, it's hard. Don't overwork it. Do it easy. Do one bush at a time. One little bush at a time. See there? Okay, maybe right in here. Here lives. Yep. Happy little bush lives right there. And we put that dark color in only to make the light show. Only to make the light show. Here's one. Make you cold just looking at it. Got your big parka out yet? Parka's a big Alaskan coat. I lived in Alaska about 12 years and had to wear a big parka. Chilly there. Okay, little happy thing lives right there. See, but one at a time. I can't say that enough times. I know sometimes when you're watching the series, it looks like I take a running start across the room, hit the canvas 88 times, and these bushes just sort of happen. They don't give me much time when I do the series, so I have to hurry. I can't do it slow like this. But see, it's one at a time. Now let's do little grassy areas. Watch here. Use the side of the brush, push upward. See, work in layers, work in layers. Look at those. Aren't those neat? See, just layer after layer, where you want them. All of this is done with one brush load. Now when it starts running out of paint, turn it over. You have a whole new side. Look at that. Look at that. Where do you want it to go? Where do you want it to go? See? Just want to show you how many of these you can make just loading the brush one time. Look at that. We've done half a side of this painting with one brush loading. Okay? I don't get carried away sometimes, don't I, man? But it's a good place to practice. Over here. Oh, there's a happy little bush right there. Shoot, that was so much fun. Okay, push. Look at that. Some of these beautiful little effects just happen. Just sort of happen. Look at that. Look at that. Now I know. At the beginning of the show, we showed you a painting that had a little pond in it. This is an excellent place, though, to show you how versatile and how you can change your mind. Watch. Let me find there it is. Find a 2-inch brush. Okay, you look up here and you make a big decision. Okay, come right up in here. Where do you want your pond to live in this painting? Or it could be a river or a stream or a lake. It's up to you, but you have to make that big decision. Let's say it lives right here. Touch with a 2-inch brush and pull lightly down. Lightly down. Okay, and begin forming the basic shape that you want here. You don't want to destroy all these little things here. Just pull straight down. It's most important that you go straight down. Look at that. Maybe right over in here. See? You can create a pond or a lake or a river wherever you want it. Wherever you want it. Just like that. Okay, come on. Beat the brush, take out the excess paint. Now very lightly, this is 2 hairs and some air. Touch and pull across. Just enough to sort of wiggle all that. Just sort of wiggle it. You can always go back and do it again. But start out with the most delicate touch, and then you can go back and it a little firmer if you want to. See there? But it looks like all these things are reflected in the water. Sneaky, huh? See, maybe if you want a little place it goes back, all you gotta do is decide, give it a little pull, go across. You can do anything that you want to do here. It's the possibilities of this little painting are there's no limit to them. No limit. And how many different scenes you could make. Take a little of the white, pull it out, and we just get a little roll of paint. And maybe we'll show there's a little snow lives right along here. Just using white. See, just decide where you think the little banks would be. Here's one right here. The angle here is very important. You wouldn't want to pull this straight down. See how bad that looks? Pull it that direction. See, because water always lays in a recessed area. So show that angle coming down. Okay, and you have to make decisions here. Where does this go? Maybe it's over here. Doesn't matter. It's up to you. Take a little touch of the liquid white, put it on the palette here, pull it out very flat. Really pull it out flat, and then cut across. That's all you have to do. And come right up in here and just cut in a happy little water line. And I'm using a very firm pressure. Very firm pressure. Cutting. This sort of cleans up the bottom and it gives depth here. All these lines need to be basically straight. Basically straight. Or your water will run right out of your painting. And you don't want that to happen. Just continue, just sort of cut it in or saw it in. Just like you're sawing a board. There we go. See, a little bit on the other side over here. Don't want it left out. If you should get one of these you don't like, take your big brush, pull it straight down, go across, and it becomes part of your reflection just instantly. No problem whatsoever. See, and I hope this little painting shows you that we really don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents, and this happy accident is one that you'll really enjoy doing. Really and truly. I think this is one of the best little learning experiences. There, I'm going to take a little more of the liquid white, a little touch more of the titanium white, and just to break up these straight edges, I'm just going to pop in a happy little bush here and there, just to break it up. It was too straight there, see? Just pop in a little bush. And wherever you think they should live, that's where they'll live. Maybe over in here. Over here, and it just breaks up those straight borders. Makes your painting a little more interesting. You take a clean knife, cut in the indication of little sticks, but notice how these are following the lay of the land, the way they grow. If you just start going up like that with it, it won't look right. Follow the lay of the land. If you're putting in a whole family of them, a whole group. And it adds a little detail, a little character. Turn it sideways, and you can make bigger sticks. See? So, okay. Put a stick or two here and there. Just in there, and this side don't want it left out. And that's easy. I think it's time to really have some fun. Okay, this is my good dark color. Good dark color. It's Prussian blue, black, brown, crimson, whatever you have. Whatever. Just mix this up a pile. Let me clean off the knife. Give her a good wipe on the paper towel. Let's use the big brush. That's fun. That's fun. Right into that big pile of dark color. Now you need quite a bit of paint, because we're going to load this brush full. And as you're loading it, pull it and wiggle it. Wiggle it. See? Give it a wiggle. That sharpens the bristles and pulls the paint down toward the end. Now, very lightly, just pull it through. Sharpen it like you would a fine knife. And this brush comes to a very sharp chisel edge. And the only way it does is by having enough paint loaded in the bristles that it literally, it just sticks those bristles together. But that wiggling helps a great deal. And then sharpen it, okay? Now, if when you're pulling it through, if you bend it, it's going to flop open every single time. Well, hard to see, so dark, but see how it flopped open? So don't bend it when you pull it. Pull it, just sharpen it, okay? Like so. All right, let's go right up here. And maybe in this particular painting, let's come right up in here. Maybe there lives a huge big tree, and it goes, shoot, I tell you what, it goes right on off the canvas. Right on off the canvas. It's just the corner of the brush. Just the corner. There he comes. So Big Brush does fantastic trees.
Milk.
Just absolutely fantastic. And just use the corner of the brush and push downward. As you work down the tree and you want it to get bigger, push down harder and harder, firmer. And all we're looking for is just some basic shape. Think about the individual limbs in this tree. Put some limbs out here. Little birds have got to have a place to sit. Boy, they're freezing out here. They need a little place they can get up here and get away from the wind and the snow. Think about your little buddies, your little friends, little birds and squirrels. There we are. Okay. Tell you what, maybe there's some more bushes here. So let's just take one, push, bend the brush. Bend it just like we did in the back. And let's put in some little things that just come right on out here. We're just putting dark in, so when we put light on, it'll show up. That's all we're doing. You have to have dark in order to see light. Have to have it. Maybe that's the bushes right there. Okay. Take a little touch of the dark sienna. A little bit of white. I'll make this quite dark because I don't want it to be too bright. Cut across tiniest little roll of paint on there. Okay? And come right in here. Just give it a little sideways. Just a little pull. So here and there, not all of it, just here and there. Some indications of a happy little tree trunk. And it's hid way back in there. We don't see a whole bunch of it. You just use the same old dirty brush. Add a little white to it. It has a lot of blue anyway. So, same old brush, bring it back to a chisel edge. Like so. And go up here now. Just put a few little indications. Just a few little indications. Put some highlights on these trees. I don't want a whole bunch. Just don't lose that dark value. Good dark color is so nice. So nice. There. I think that's plenty. I think that's plenty. Okay. And let's go back. This is our 1-inch brush we were using to make the happy little bushes into the liquid white. Right through titanium white. The liquid white, once again, is only to thin the titanium white. Pull it in one direction, load it full of color, full of paint. Full of paint. Okay, let's go right up here. Now, maybe we said there was a happy little bush, big bush, that lives right here. Just gently bending the bristles slightly. Very delicate touch. You do not have to hit this hard. If you hit it hard, it's going to smoosh on you. How's that for a good word?
Morning, Joseph.
But if you do it, you'll know immediately what I mean. Get more of the liquid white. Keep the paint quite thin. Quite thin. If you have trouble making it stick, chances are it needs to be a little thinner. And you come right out here. Begin creating little individual things, little individual bushes. These are just covered with snow and chilly. You not only gonna need your Parker, you may have to get the mucklucks out too. Just all these little individual things. When you paint this at home, sometimes you're putting maybe like a little Asian crimson in the sky, a little pink, just a tiny bit, but it'll warm it up. If this painting, it gets a little too cold for you, at least a little touch of pink in the sky. So do one brush at a time and layering them. Always layering. Tell you what. Take the knife and just scrape in. Just take a little twig down there. Mainly in the dark areas, though. Just mainly in the dark areas. Let's build us a little cabin. Now, one of the easiest ways to make a little cabin, take your knife and scrape out a basic shape. This allows you to lay out your perspective, but probably more important, you remove that thin paint that's on there. Okay, there's a back view. There comes the roof. And you're still not committed at this point. But you can lay the whole cabin out. Here's the front, other side of the front, and the side. And you got it all laid out. You're not committed. You can still change it. Add to and take away, whatever. Let's take some Van Dyke Brown, touch of dark sienna. I'm gonna pull it out, just get that little roll of paint. Let's do the back of you first. See, just pull it across, like so. Just pull it across now. Wipe off the knife. Titanium white, a little roll of paint. Notice the front of this cabin's a little higher than the back. That helps your perspective look right, because you're looking at a 3/4 view here. Now, try just sort of outlining it. That gives you a nice, firm edges. Very easy. Very, very easy. And you come right down. See there? And you can sort of look at this. If it's too long, with the knife, and just remove that. You just zip it right off. A little bit of dark sienna and Van Dyke Brown. Again, putting a front on this cabin. All you're doing now is just laying in a dark color. You're not worried about it. There we go. Put it over on the side. Now, a little more of the titanium white. And we need some snow to come right down this side. See? Snow down that side. All right. I think I'm still a little longer on one side than the other, so I'll just add a little more color there. Step back and take a look-see at your painting. Now, titanium white, at least a little amount of dark sienna, just to give it a little woodish look. And very lightly. Touch and pull down. Make it look like old weathered wood. Touch. Pull down. Isn't that pretty? You can do it. Now let's do a cabinectomy. Cut him off. See? Make our perspective look a little better. Take some Van Dyke Brown and give him a little door. See there? Gotta have a little door. Little door. Little white paint. Go right around the door.
Thank you, Joseph.
You're welcome.
Like so. Tell you what's neat. Maybe the old door is hanging. It's old deserted cabin. The door is still hanging. See there? There's the door. There's the
You're
door.
looking like now you done beat the house down.
Take just a little touch of, maybe a little touch of red.
It's fine.
Put it right along the edge, just to sparkle it so you can see it. And that way you can make an old door hanging right off the hinges. And right along here, let's put in a little bit of snow. That easy. There you go. See? Right up to the cabin. Little bit of snow. Then if we want to put a bush or two around here, first we'll put in a touch of dark. Once again, you need that dark in order for your light to show. liquid white, titanium white. Load the brush full of paint. You come back and you can highlight. Look at that. See, the little bush lives right there. There's one. He's like me, he don't cut his yard very often. There we go. And just a few along here to break it up. Tell you what, let's take some Van Dyke Brown, show you a quick trick. Maybe there's remains of an old fence here. Touch, pull, see how easy that is? Just touch it, give it a little pull. See, put your little fence post in, take a little bit of white, a little snow layer on the top, and you cut right through your liquid white. If you want to put some wire on here, right through the liquid white, just use the heel of the knife. Look at that. Look at that. That easy. You can put a wire on there. Shoot, I think I'm going to have it finished painting with that. I hope you've enjoyed this one. It's been a lot of fun. As I'm signing this, I'm going to use a little thinner, a little bright red. I'd like to invite you to see other of our instructional tapes. We have all types of tapes, not only by myself, but a lot of other fantastic painters, and they'll teach you many, many wonderful things in just about every medium you can think of. And if you'd like a free color brochure, drop me a line, and I'll see that you get one. And from all of us here, happy painting. God bless. See you later.